When a son sees his mother trying to express herself as a sexual being, he loses respect for her as the mother figure. Your mother is not supposed to be running around slanging her butt cheeks in front of you as her children.
Coming from the perspective of a child, this is downright embarrassing, hurtful, and confusing, having to feel helpless while a peer in the entertainment business is grinding and twerking all on your mama.
That's the natural protective instincts of little boy. In other words, I can't protect you out there acting like a thought, mom. You making my job harder, mom. That's why this little boy looking like that. Many of y'all had that same experience.
Stan, I have been through the blurred lines of mother-son roles and responsibilities, where after some time, like so many of you men out there, where we learn to forgive and repair the relationship with our mothers. This fluid role boundary is happening in real time, with little James interrupting, or can be seen as saving his mother's dignity by becoming the protective man in the relationship. This unexpected twerking on Rooney causing shock and distress to a 10-year-old little James, maturing in real time, not just being his mother anymore, but acting out as a sexual object.
With your children, you are not a sexual being, but he does not see you and respect you as his mother, because you have demonstrated that you don't have any respect for the position of mother. Mother comes with responsibilities.
We have to expose people who make a living of destroying the community, because if you watch the media, they will make you think it's the men you gotta watch out for. This society is offset by direct actions of women who are influenced by the beast. It offsets the planet when women are allowed to roam free. Well, it ain't women. I take that back. When bitches are allowed to do what the they want to do, ain't nothing good finna happen.
Greetings, you polite savages, and welcome to another Tip Talk.
And you know, you polite savages, you can see the look in that young man's eyes. You can understand why he's heartbroken. He's heartbroken because the person he's supposed to respect the most, the person who he loves more than anyone else in this world, is simply driving respect from him with her actions. And this happens year round. This happens all the time. How many countless videos have we seen of moms twerking in front of their children? And kids sitting there. We've seen kids run up and say, "No, mom." And this is just one of those situations. You see, I say this all the time. Kids are not supposed to know the interactions of everything that happens in the adult world. That's why they're kids. Kids just need to know that, hey, mom and dad, or mom or dad provides, that I do my chores, I have to do my job, and they don't need to know all the other rigmarole. They need to be protected somehow and brought along slowly into this world.
Your parents are supposed to establish a line of distinction between you and them. The reason why you establish the boundary with your children, you cannot do your job as a parent, as an authority figure, if you are not respected. You can't have authority over someone who sees you as their peer. That's the point.
You know, we were doing a live stream about a year ago, and we had a guest on, and I said how my grandparents lived together, how my grandparents were married for 50 years plus. And the only thing that guest could ask me was, was he faithful? Not congratulations, your family made it happen. Not that, hey, you had an example of a man and woman working it out together. Was he faithful? And I looked this person dead in the eyes and I said exactly what I should have said. I said, it was none of my business. I was a child. You see, kids don't need to know the inner workings of what's going on in your life. Yo, that lady's kid, you know, this kid who's a content creator, who's out there with everybody, he didn't need to see his mom twerking on another content creator. I don't care what kind of party they were at. I don't care if it was a party just for content creators. I don't care if that's what was going on. As a mother, you should have took your kid and removed him from that situation so he didn't see you doing that. Ma'am, shame on you. Shame on you, ma'am. You failed as a parent that day.
The Western world overly sexualizes twerking and whining. but you know that it's sacred and essential to healing and releasing energy from your womb.
A reminder that you don't have to understand or relate to something for it to be true. If you were not born a woman or lived your entire life with the experience of one, you cannot speak for us in terms of what we find empowering that you don't. As simple as that. Yes, twerking is empowering. Yes, shaking your ass can actually make you feel more confident, badass, heal from trauma, connect to your feminine energy, shows consistency and discipline. We don't need a reason for twerking just as much as we don't need to be doing it for men's benefit or the male gaze, and no shame to those who do and profit from it. You go, ladies. F the patriarchy. We can do it just for ourselves, and whether or not we want to share it online is up to us, not you. And it doesn't mean anything about who we are as a person, contrary to those who objectify us day in and day out.
You ladies always speak of trauma this, trauma that. I need to get my healing and do my astrology readings and draw tarot cards and reference natal charts. But somehow some of you ladies think this is okay to put your money-making breadwinner son in this position because this happens to be what you say grown folks' business. Let me tell you something, you are dead ass wrong. I know how it's like to have had a rocky relationship with your mother for your entire young adult life. This entire incident is blurring the lines of mother-son roles and responsibilities, leading to what we call in social psychology role conflict. As it exists when two or more social roles overlap mother and son here and become incompatible. Where one day little James becoming adult James discovering the truth of female nature will question the authority and guidance of his mother from finances to social conduct on the internet. Little James may not show it and for now verbally say everything is a-okay as a 10-year-old. As a 10-year-old, he is bound to grow and develop into a teenage kid, then into a young man who most likely will do a 180 in his thinking and how he sees and perceives and deals with women, including his mother.
If a man does not get a hold of him and show him through his daily example how men act, how men move, what the expectation is. You see, males grow to manhood in the company of other men through the example. A female, you have no frame of reference and no ability to put masculine standards on a boy. As a female, you don't know how to do it.
And you know, this happens a lot in just communities in general. Too many people are trying to be friends with their children. It's a direct line that, oh, my kid can see this or my kid can see that. Your kids are not your friends. Your kids are in your custody. You are their custodian. You are in charge of making sure that they develop into something better than you. And you know, word to Killer Mike, because Killer Mike said something that was so poignant on the Matt Hoffa show. He said, your daddy, the only person, the only man on this earth who want to see you do better than he did. So your parents are supposed to be the only people on this earth that want to see you do better than them. And by showing this to a child, you're not ensuring that. You're tearing that child down from the inside out. Make it make sense why people could justify this action.
Check on you. They trying to see about you because they know that you're going through it.
Check about me about, mama.
Because your mama embarrassed you, Jay.
Embarrassed me.
Yeah.
What came out today was Lil James Tucker clearing the air, using different defense mechanisms, which refer to psychological strategies or behaviors that people may use to cope with difficult feelings, thoughts, or events, like your mama twerking on Runic. Like I said again, ladies, this has come from my own experiences with my own mother. I know what it's like to be a child in his position. Different circumstances, but the same overarching theme I had to deal with is exactly what little James Tucker has to deal with as he gets older. My critique is coming from a place of actual experience, understanding, and empathy. I'll say it one more time, so when you ladies think that this does not have effect on your son's life, what he's not saying now will eventually be told to you in your face when he's grown up. And trust me, that day of reckoning will happen, where your grown son will look you in your eyes and tell you how it really is. Tell you exactly where you went wrong and what you could have done better. And no amount of excuses, hem-hawing, deflecting, outrage, and outbursts will quell his desire to tell you how his childhood was really like.
Not only are black women doing it, but the rest of the modern women are doing it. White, Hispanic, and Asian, black men and black women, they're the canary in the coal mine. Eventually, this will spread all the way around. Now you got Hispanic women, Asian women. Well, look at them. Let's keep looking at them. I want y'all to see the modern woman in all her glory. Twerking is no longer just a dance. It's the modern woman's sign of independence. I can do what I want to do. I don't have to conform. It's almost like putting your fist in the air. It's a sign of rebellion.
How your son views you as he matures into a man will be projected onto other women and subconsciously on you, the mother, as well. If your son doesn't receive a counter image of a stable mother figure, then watch your son begin to view women just like all these male red pill content creators you despise. If you want your sons to respect the women in their lives, then be the model of a healthy, supportive, loving, and inspirational mother to your sons and daughters. Why, oh why will you go and self-sabotage your relationship with your son and just so you can go twerk and be hypersexual on the internet for all to see and for a limited time? All those likes, comments, 5 minutes of attention isn't worth it, ladies.
Is there any part of you, though, that thinks that your career choice, would that affect you wanting to reproduce?
Well, I've done a lot of, like, you've only done porn with, like, your man or whatever, so, like, people can't say this statement to you guys, but it's like, I worry, like, someone's gonna be like, how do you know that was your real dad? I've seen your mom getting gangbanged.
Oh, we get that a lot, too,
like
yeah.
That. Your kid's gonna come out black. There's no way that kid's gonna be Adams, and then come out and she looks exactly like him, but, you know.
Phew.
Thank you.
This is what becomes known in sociology and psychology as boundary ambiguity or role ambiguity, where boundaries between different roles or relationships begin to overlap or blur, making it hard to clearly define the limits or expectations associated to that particular role or relationship, in this case, a mother to son. Women that want to be their kids' friends end up trying to be their daughter's competition in life, either consciously or subconsciously. Hell, some of these unscrupulous women out there sleep with their sons' and daughters' friends, and even their daughters' boyfriends.
Because she are going up, you know, and the more time she understand more and understand more.
Are you scared of how she's going to react when she gets older?
If she understand the word respect, I think she no have questions for me.
Do you have a boyfriend or partner right now?
Right now, no.
Find it difficult with your job to maintain relationships like that?
Really, really difficult.
I've said this before not only once but multiple times, and I'll keep repeating it every time new instances of this boundary role ambiguity comes up, where spicy work, adult entertainment, and women of all races, colors, and creeds in Western society on the internet are broadcasting their hypersexuality for all to see. There are not enough modest women speaking up and out to maintain balance in the force between classy females and hoish harlot culture. This should be a clear distinction between being a mother versus being a female sexual being. Because even now that ladies may not be overly living their daily lives as hoe sluts, these ladies will use the most hypersexual women among them as an excuse to shield them from being labeled as hoe sluts themselves. Whatever to use as a scapegoat and shield to your own bad behavior is still viewed among men and society as hoe slut behavior. Many moms nowadays are doing the most trying to stay relevant by doing low vibrational sexual acts that get the most views fast with their crumbling goods. Wearing more revealing clothes in public, doing more dances like twerking on social media, and some like Farrah Abraham of Teen Mom and Nadia Suleiman, the Octomom, venturing into spicy adult entertainment industry, giving more inspiration, more coverage, more leeway for the average mom to start to think about opening up a Only Yam Yams account and even adventure into the spicy entertainment industry themselves.
About Teen Mom stars joining OnlyFans, I have to say, aren't these the same teen moms who said I was going into adult entertainment? The funnier thing is, I've never changed who I was. They're on the same platforms that I'm on. We're all adults and we can be on adult platforms, right? So I don't know, maybe all the teen moms are switching to porn and they're all stars, but I remain the same. Oh, and by the way, thanks for joining my OnlyFans and making it like the top celebrity OnlyFans. It's been amazing. And thank you for supporting me through being my own person. I really have appreciated it. It helps me be the adult that I am today. Mwah.
But still, at the end of the day, what about your sons and daughters? Will still have to walk under the rain of ridicule and judgment, drenching them with conflict because of these mothers' actions. And the ones that are not in his life, well, I gotta say, they're just in there for a good time and not for a long time. Some goodies gotta be thrown away Some goodies are for recreational use. And in due time, that understanding in a boy, that understanding in a man will soon come to be.
That's all I got for you, you polite savages. Like and subscribe, hit us up on all social media networks, and as always, ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? We're out.
We found true happiness